Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Um, I've put a lot of questions out about what people want me to talk about on my YouTube channel next, what they want me to talk about next on here, and everybody is wants to know my coming out story. So, I can tell you bits that I remember, but sadly, I can't remember an awful lot of it because I was made to feel really ashamed of me being obviously who I am and that. So I've kind of like blocked most of it out. Um, but I can obviously tell you bits and pieces. I mean, I've always known I was gay. Always. Always known. I always used to like wear my mum's heels and I was a very, very like feminine child, camp child. Wasn't really interested in girls until I got a little bit older. Um, yeah, it's like I always knew anyway in the back of my mind, sort of thing. But the bad thing and the really difficult thing for me was my father was very, very homophobic. He would like make slight digs about gay people and things like that around me to make sure I knew basically that it was not okay and it wasn't allowed. It was dirty, it was disgusting, and yeah, so for me, it was really, really hard to come out to in my family. The first person I came out to was my brother, Shane. Um, we were just at night time, because obviously when we were younger, we used to share a bedroom. We used to have bunk beds. And I just said, "Oh, Shane, would you care if I was gay or bisexual?" And he said, "No." He said, "Of course I wouldn't." He said, "You're my brother. I love you no matter what." So I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, I'm bisexual." And he literally, quick as a flash, just said, "Okay, well, I'm going to sleep now anyway, all right? Then I now go to try and get some sleep, Gav." And I was like, "Okay." And yeah, so the first thing I came out to was my brother. Then I got picked on an awful lot by my uncles, um, some of my family. I don't really talk to any of them anymore because when I came out, they washed their hands of me. They didn't want to know me anymore, which is their loss. So I don't really care. I mean, I can't force them to like me. My aunties have been incredible. All my aunties have been incredible with me. They've just said, you are who you are. You can't help who you are, which is true. You can't help who you are, and it doesn't matter how long like you deny it for. But and then what happened next? I was a little bit older than that then, and then I said to my mum, came in drunk one night, and she was like, "Oh, everyone thinks you're gay, but I know you're not. I always stick up for you." And I went, "No, I'm not gay." I said, I thought I'd test the water first. I knew I was gay, but I thought I'd test the water and be like, well, let's see whatever, let's see how everybody acts when I tell them I'm bisexual. So I come out as bisexual, and I said to my mum, I said, "No, I'm not gay, I'm bi." And the first thing she said to me was, "What? You're bi?" I said, "Yeah." And she went, "Get the fuck away from me." I was like, "All right, fair enough, whatever." It did hurt me. I went upstairs and I burst into tears and cried my eyes out. Obviously, she told my dad that I was bi, and after I'd had a little cry, I come back downstairs. My dad sat on the floor with his hands in his face. I said, "Well, what's the matter with you?" Because I didn't know my mum told him. And he said, "I can't believe I've got a fucking gay son." I said, "I'm not gay." I said, "I'm bisexual. There's a difference. I like both genders, not just one." And he didn't talk. He didn't talk to me for a few hours. But I mean, he didn't talk till the morning because I went to bed and I thought I can't deal with this anymore. I've had enough. And then the years went on. They kind of got used to it sort of thing. My dad was like, "Well, at least you do like girls as well as boys, so I'm sure I can let that slide." But he would never ever let any of my boyfriends come to the house. They was not welcome in the house. They wasn't welcome under his roof or in his company or anything. He was very strictly homophobic. Um, as time went on, my mum just said, "Oh, Well, at least I get a chance to have a grandchild maybe out of you. My mum loves babies. So as the years went on, I had girlfriend after girlfriend, and I knew that just something wasn't right. But I tried and tried and tried because I wanted to make my dad proud. And I knew that if I come out fully gay, I would lose a lot of friends, I would lose a lot of my family. But it just messed with my head, and it gave me severe depression, anxiety, um, self-harming started. It was a very, very upsetting, very traumatic time in my life. And I'm lucky to be here, to be fair. But eventually it got that bad that I just could not, I couldn't take it anymore. I'd had enough. I was fed up of pretending to be someone I wasn't. And I was living a lie. And it wasn't okay. It wasn't good for me. It wasn't good for the relationships with my friends and my family that I had at the minute, because they were like loving this person that I wasn't. So I decided to come out fully. And when I did, it was a huge sigh of relief for me. I felt like a massive weight had been lifted off my shoulders. It was incredible. Finally being someone who I am proud of, and finally being me. And the real me. I wasn't pretending to be anybody else anymore. I was being me, and it made me really happy, and I was extremely proud of myself for doing it. My mum was disappointed that she didn't have a baby, because Olivia hadn't come at this point. I don't think we'd found out Debbie was pregnant then. It was just after. And my dad didn't talk to me for 2 weeks. He walked past me in the house like I was just a ghost. He wouldn't talk to me, he wouldn't acknowledge me. My uncles kind of stopped talking to me. They kind of distanced themselves away from me. My one uncle decided that he wanted nothing more to do with me at all. He just washed his hands of me completely. He said, I don't want anything to do with you. I've had enough done. Because him and my partner at the time had an argument. My other uncle, I've never really been close with him anyway, ever since he knew that I was coming out as me, as gay. And yeah, I just don't really talk to him, to be fair. My auntie, on the other hand, is one of the most amazing women I've ever met in my life. But yeah, it's my brothers, my sisters, our sister's sister. My sister had no problem with it whatsoever. I think she was more happy and more proud than I was. My brothers were all fine except for one, which was my little brother Kyle, who stays here with me now. But he wasn't happy with it at first, because I don't think he properly understood. I mean, grew up with my dad, so being gay was wrong, and it wasn't accepted in our family. But as the years have gone on, he's just come around to it, and he comes to gay bars with me now, and he comes out with me, and it's amazing. But out of all this, if you're watching this and you are struggling with your sexuality, you're struggling to come out as you and be the real you, don't let anybody force you into coming out until you know deep in here that you are 100% ready. I'm not going to lie to you, it's not going to be easy. You will get a lot of stigma, you will get a lot of names thrown at you, a lot of name calling. There'll be a lot of... Yeah, that's Shane. There'll be a lot of name calling, there'll be a lot of stigma behind it, there will be a lot of people throwing snide remarks at you and giving you dirty looks and not accepting you for who you are. You may lose friends, you may lose family, just like I did. My childhood friends washed their hands of me, didn't want anything to do with me, but like I said, it's their loss. But just be you. Just be yourself. And you'll know when it's ready, when you're ready to come out. Because you always know deep down who you are, and you know deep down when you're ready. But be strong, and just look after yourself, love yourself. You were given this life because you are strong enough to live it. That is a motto that was told to me by a very, very close personal friend of mine. And I have stood, it was many, many years ago, and I stuck by me for the rest of my life. You were given this life because you are strong enough to live it. So if you were given this life and you are gay, you're strong enough to be this person and be proud of who you are. Because I know I am. But anyway, that's basically what I can remember of my coming out story. It's not all of it, but if any more comes up, or I remember a lot anymore, then I'll be sure to let you guys know. But you asked for it, and you got it. So, okay, so don't forget to subscribe if you want to see all my other videos that are coming out. I'm trying to do maybe 1-2 a week. Trying. I'm not sure what my next video is going to be about, but subscribe, obviously, to find out. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I love you all. Bye, guys.